So I'm here to talk about a little bit about plant-based diet. So let's start. So what does it mean to be on plant-based diet? Well, it means that you don't eat any animal products, and so anything that came from an animal, really. So what do we eat? So being on a plant-based diet or being a vegan is quite colorful, and it's fun, and it really brings out the creativity in a person, and because you have to think about what you put on your plate, and there's lots of colors involved because vegetables and grains and seeds are different colors. So that's part of the fun, and I feel like when I prepare a meal, I take my time to think, what is it that I'm putting on my plate, and makes me eat more consciously, which is also quite important. So where do we start? So like with any diet, really, the most important thing is that you have a variety in your diet, that you eat whole foods, that they are nourishing and good for your body and for your inner self, the physical self, and the spiritual self as well. So it's important to eat a lot of live foods. So it's important to focus on your digestive system, to have a good bacteria coming into your body so your gut thrives and it's happy and healthy, because your gut is your second brain, and so when your gut is happy, your brain will be happy, and the other way around. Digestive enzymes comes from raw foods, and if you eat a whole lot of fresh vegetables and fresh salads, they will help you to digest whatever other foods you have in your gut. I'm just talking from point of view what I eat, and you can take whatever you want from it. What I found in my diet is that more of the fresh vegetables and foods I eat, the better my digestion is. I try to always have a big, lovely, colorful salad with my food that contains a lot of other nutrients and minerals, lots of iron and calcium and things like that. So one of the good ways to get the fresh salads into you, that they are also kind of nice to eat, is sprouting. So I think it's important for somebody who ate a plant-based diet to look into sprouting, because it gives you access to good nutrients and to protein as well. So you can really sprout anything that is whole seed. Lentils. So I love to sprout lentils because they are very quick and they sprout after a few days. So you can find videos on YouTube. There's a whole lot of section on YouTube of how to easy sprout. So you don't need the special equipment. All you need is a glass jar, and you can put your seeds into the jar and wash them, and there's a process going into it, and then you have your lovely protein coming into your diet. On beans, that they are easy to do, so I like to sprout those as well, and they sprout really easily. They are full of nutrients. Alfalfa seeds are fantastic. They're full of calcium. It's really easy to do. Of course, if you don't want to get into whole sprouting, you can get the sprouts in the supermarket as well. But sprouting is my go-to on being on a plant-based diet. So people maybe would ask me, where do I get my protein from? So that would be the first question anyone ever asks, which is, yeah, kind of funny. But anyways, protein is very important, of course. And there's such a thing when you hear that some foods have the whole protein. So what does it mean? So it means that the food in itself has all 9 essential amino acids. So there's a few foods like that in a vegan diet that you can consume, that you can add to your diet, that they have all 9 essential amino acids. One of those is quinoa. It's currently on sale, actually. It's wonderful, easy to be prepared. You can add it to your vegetables, you can add it to all of your veg dishes, really. You can eat it hot or cold, it's delicious. I love quinoa, it's a superfood, so easy to be eaten. It's lovely edamame beans. I love edamame beans, they're delicious. So we have a lovely frozen one in the shop. Hemp seeds. So we have this lovely brand of hemp seeds. You can grind and put them to your smoothie. If you have vegetables or fruit smoothies ready, you can just add them to that. Lovely buckwheat, beautiful chia seeds. They're wonderful. You can add them to your plant-based milk. You can add them to your plant-based yogurt if you eat that, and let them soak, and after half an hour they kind of start sprouting, so you activate the nutrients, you activate the seed, and it's even more nourishing, it's more bioavailable, and then you can eat your lovely chia, kind of a pudding or yogurt if you wish. It has magnesium and other minerals, and it's just really, really lovely. And next thing, iron. So iron is important for your blood. First thing that you could do is deep breathing. On a physical level, it's important that we deep breathe and that we bring the oxygen into our body and help our blood. So this is one thing, one exercise that you could do, that I do, is important to have a healthy blood and to have a healthy body. The other thing when it comes to foods, it's basically dark leafy vegetables, like a kale, like a broccoli, like a cabbages, like any lettuce, rocket, and all those type of vegetables that taste wonderful. You can make juices. Juices is a wonderful way of adding an iron to your diet. Beetroot is a fantastic blood builder. So for instance, as a woman, when I have my period, I have to be more conscious about my iron levels, of course. So I always make sure that I have the extra iron coming in my diet. Beetroot powder, if you sometimes feel like you don't really have access to fresh beetroot, or you don't really want to go to the shop, something to have at home, maybe you can add this to your smoothie as well. It's lovely. I really like this beetroot powder. And also looking after yourself, of course, as a woman during your period. Just make sure that cacao is a fantastic source of iron as well. Powder in here, that I make a cacao in the morning with some water and plant-based milk, and I sometimes add some maca, or I just add some cinnamon, and it's just a lovely source of magnesium, a lovely source of iron into your diet, and it's really nourishing, and it's better than coffee. I just love it in the morning. It really gives me the boost. Lovely raspberry leaf tea that I really like, that I would use especially on my period, to make sure that I'm supporting nourish my womb. The same goes with a beautiful rose chamomile and lavender blend that I really like too. Rose is fantastic for your womb as well. Beautiful cut rose hips. They are full of vitamin C that help absorptions of iron. But what I do as well, putting in my salads, I add lemon. So when I add my lemon, it helps the absorption of the iron into your blood. So things like a caffeine before you eat, you should avoid that. So because it blocks the absorption of iron, so at least half an hour before or after eating your food, you shouldn't really be drinking coffee, because it blocks the absorption of the iron. Another beautiful source of iron is a nettle. Now we are in the season of nettles, so you can make yourself a beautiful nettle pesto that I really like myself. You can find the recipes online, but that's one thing to think about. And nettles are available everywhere right now, and they are full of iron and vitamin C. We have a beautiful nettle tea in the shop as well. If you feel like you need to supplement, the best thing to do that or find out is whether you actually need to do that by getting your blood checked. So when you get your blood checked, you'll find out whether you are low or any of the vitamins, minerals, nutrition. Do that before you supplement, and when you find out that you need to supplement, we have a beautiful, for instance, for iron, Floridix. So it's made out of fruit juices and concentrates basically, and then it has also a carrot, nettle, spinach, couch grass, fennel, kelp, Brussels. So it's all fantastic to nourish you. So it's all very natural. I really like Floridix a lot. And the same goes for calcium. If you feel like you need that extra support, and when you get your blood checked again and it says that you do need the support, the calcium fluoridics is fantastic the same way. Also, sometimes during, like I said, during my period, if I find myself that I did not nourish myself that well that month, which can happen, sometimes life is busy, I like to go for this Easy Iron Complex from Terranova because I really like this brand. I trust this brand. It doesn't happen very often. I don't have to do it very often, but if so happens that I feel very tired because I really did not look after myself, which can happen with any diet really, then I go for this Easy Iron and I really like it. Another one would be vitamin B12. Where is the vitamin B12? So we can find it in algae, my chlorella and my spirulina, full of vitamin B12. I add them to my smoothies or to my juices. I can also add them to just a hot or cold drink. So this morning I actually had spirulina with some cacao and hot water and a bit of a plant-based milk. I like the root health one. So I just added into that and I drank it and it was lovely. Those are sources of vitamin B12, and there's another source of vitamin B12 which is beautiful seaweed nori. I love to add it to my foods. I sprinkle them in my salad, or if I make potatoes, I have beautiful boiled potatoes and I have my olive oil, and then I add the beautiful nori on the top of that, and it's really delicious and has vitamin B12 in it. And you can get nutritional yeast as well. Some foods are fortified with vitamin B12 as well, but of course it's always the best to have it in your foods, like the algae comes from the earth. Then again, my really lovely brand Terranova that I like has a vitamin B12 complex if so needed. Let's talk about vitamin D. So vitamin D is found in mushrooms and it's found in the sunshine, which is so important. So it's great if you go outside and put your sleeves up and get your sunshine into you. Spend a little bit time outside on the sun if you can during the day after work on your break. And that's the best way for you to get your vitamin D. And in the foods, mushrooms, as I said, we have a beautiful zucchini mushrooms, delicious shiitake mushrooms, beautiful chanterelle mushrooms. You can get any fresh mushrooms in the supermarket as well and add them to your foods. I have this recipe I really love from Happy Berry. It's called High Protein Mushroom Burger that is full of protein, full of other nutrients and full of mushrooms. And you can find it online, I'm sure, and I love the burger, and it's made of legumes, of like kidney beans as well, or any other beans really. You can add substitute for any other beans, and I love that, and it's a great source of nutrients for me. Omega-3. So we have a lovely omega-3 mix in the shop that contains pumpkin seeds, sunflower oil seeds, linseed, sesame seeds, and you can find omega-3 in olive oil, flaxseed oil, walnut oil as well, all nuts really, and seeds. So what is important is to soak your nuts, soak your seeds, so they are more bioavailable for your body. They don't put too much strain on your kidneys. So how you soak your nuts and seeds, you just put them in the water for at least a few hours before you want to use them. So you can do it in the evening before you go to bed, and in the morning they are ready. You can put them in the fridge in the water or outside in the water and let them soak and strain them, and then they are ready for you to put them into whatever you want. Sprinkle them on your salad, or just put them in your plant-based yogurt if you eat that, or just put them in your smoothie, or just eat them as they are with a little bit of honey. That may be delicious if you still eat honey. I still eat honey. I like honey. Your minerals. I really love to add a seaweed to get my beautiful magnesium. So what I do, I use these beautiful seaweeds we have in here, and I chop them and I put apple cider vinegar and a bit of olive oil and a bit of a salt, sea salt, and a bit of a pepper. Sometimes I don't add sea salt because they're quite salty anyways. And I mix them in this kind of a stew. I let them soak a little bit, and then I'll cut my lettuce and my rocket or whatever I have, spinach, and I'll mix it all together, and it's just delicious. Calcium is another thing. So again, calcium is important for your bone. Kelp is fantastic source of calcium, for instance, the dark leafy vegetables. Oh, and